Hey guys, I got something to say about the Callisto Protocol, okay? I think, personally, that a lot of people hated on the game a little too much. You know... Oh, hang on. Like, the game... I understand that when it first came out, you know, I understand that it had performance issues, you know, there was glitching problems and all that stuff. But the thing is, with Striking Distance, you know, I appreciate that they're trying to emulate a Dead Space, you know, and... the thing about Striking Distance compared to other publishers and developers, the one thing I could say about it is at least they actually cared. You know, they actually put out a patch relatively quickly to the game's launch. And there's some controversy around, you know, certain updates. They're saying that it makes the game a little bit too easy. You know, people are divided on the update. You know, I personally don't have a problem with Jacob healing really quickly and reloading his gun. Do I think it's unrealistic that he would probably do that? Yeah. But at the same time, I don't really care if I have to heal or reload faster. Honestly, that makes the game a lot better in my personal opinion. But that's just me. Oh, shit. There, I got him. He's down. Yeah, by the way, this is New Game Plus. But, unfortunately, because the game got a lot of hate, the sales numbers did not hit expectations, and that's making me worry that we're not going to get a sequel to the Callisto Protocol because of that. I hope that's not the case. I hope when Striking Distance, if they ever do make a Callisto Protocol Part 2, they take the constructive criticism and the feedback from the first game, and they make it a lot better, because I'm not saying that the game doesn't have problems. It definitely has problems. The main issue I have is when you're trying to face multiple enemies with the melee combat, it kind of doesn't work. You know, like, you're trying to initiate the melee combat, and sometimes your character will just turn around and just hit the other enemy when you're trying to do melee combat with another enemy on the screen. That's kind of annoying. And I think another problem is that I find with New Game Plus in particular, it doesn't seem like there's a chapter select option, which I'm kind of scratching my head why there's still no chapter select option, because I'm looking through the menu, I didn't see any chapter select option. So that's kind of a problem. So, in my honest opinion, I'm probably just going to play this one more time, and maybe I'll hold on for that DLC story expansion pack that's supposed to come out. I don't know, but look, I get it. If the game's not for you personally and you found it okay, that's fine, but I think we have to come to a consensus at one point and stop negatively bashing on a game that doesn't deserve to be negatively bashed in the way it did. You know, it's okay to criticize the game. I'm all for giving constructive criticism to entertainment. The one thing I don't like is these people that review the game. You know, they just completely just shit on the game and just say it's unplayable and it's buggy and, you know, we shouldn't give it a try and all that stuff. And I don't like those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? And that's another problem with reviewers in general, is they kind of are a little too harsh on games. You know, this is not a terrible game. I would say at least it's a functional game. But I understand the complaints, especially when this first released. Yes, the game should have definitely not had stability issues and frame rate problems and glitches, but at the same time, is it okay to completely just trash on the game and say it's a terrible game? I don't agree with that at all. And, you know, hopefully the story DLC, it's good. And to Striking Distance, I really don't think you should have rushed the New Game Plus, because I could tell that the New Game Plus is still missing quite a bit of features. I think you should have just waited until February and then released the DLC, or not the DLC, the New Game Plus. Sorry, that's a different thing than a DLC. But I guess Striking Distance did it because they felt panicked because the Dead Space remake is coming next week. It's literally coming next week. And I guess they felt in their eyes that, oh shit, you know, this game might be dead and irrelevant. Nobody will talk about it, so we have to rush the DLC right now. I mean, that could have been their mindset. I don't know. But at the same time, Striking Distance, you should never rush a New Game Plus, or don't rush a feature. You know, wait until February, then release New Game Plus, because honestly, when Dead Space Remake comes out, is anybody really going to talk about the Callisto Protocol that much? You know, I think a lot of people are just not going to care for this game anymore. And that kind of worries me, because, you know, I don't like games that have a lot of good potential be overshadowed by, I hate to say it, overhyped games. Which Dead Space Remake is kind of getting a little too much overhype. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's just my overall opinions on it. You can take it as it is, but I just feel like sometimes we as a gaming community, we criticize things way too harshly, and I cannot completely agree with that. Even as well, people kind of hated on the on Soul Hackers 2 a little bit too much, trying to say that, oh, this is, you know, this is supposed to be, well, the rumor was it's supposed to be a Persona ripoff, which it's not. But the thing is, like, okay, I understand that the rooms and dungeons were linear and the monsters are linear, but again, this is kind of like the same situation with the Callisto Protocol, where it just got dunked on way too much. The Callisto Protocol is not a bad game. Okay, I can tell you right now from personal experience, it's not a bad game. Is it a very good game? No. Is it a decent game? Yes. So I really don't have too much to say on this, but yeah, I do think that the company should have handled the New Game Plus and a lot of things a lot better. You know, Striking Distance should have never rushed this New Game Plus. They should have waited and gave us an option for, like, chapter select, and, you know, an option where if you collect your audio logs, they stay in your inventory and you don't have to worry about getting them over and over again. But unfortunately, New Game Plus, there's just no chapter select. I am so disappointed there's no chapter select. And you still cannot skip the cutscenes. You have to sit there and watch it, and I don't know if I want to keep sitting there and watching the cutscenes if I cannot skip them. I really do think Striking Distance, they should have waited till February and added the chapter select and an option to select skip the cutscenes, but because they didn't, I don't know. And I definitely can tell you right now that the Callisto Protocol it was not worth $70. Okay, that's a hard fact. This game is not worth $70. All right. I think the game is on sale right now. I would say maybe consider picking up now because it's like 30% off. But yeah, this game is not $60 to $70. This is definitely not worth that much for a game that's relatively short. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. The Callisto Protocol isn't that scary. There's like maybe one instances where I jumped out of my pants, but other than that, the game just was not scary. It had really no survival horror, oh, gotcha moments. It kind of feels like, I hate to say it, this kind of reminds me of the Resident Evil 3 remake. Which, by the way, I might make a video about the Resident Evil 3 remake because I got a lot to say about that one. But this kind of feels like I'm playing Resident Evil 3 remake almost, and that's kind of a bad thing, in my honest opinion. It almost feels too similar to Resident Evil 3 remake. But anyways, like I said, this is just my personal opinions. Leave your thoughts below in the comment section, and I'll catch you later. JRPG Console out.